Hello everyone, welcome back to Exam Key Point Dentistry. Today we will discuss an important exam topic from conservative dentistry, traumatic injuries of tooth. So this topic is very important for theory exams, viva and clinical understanding. So let's start step by step in an easy way. So, Ali's classification of traumatic injuries of tooth. Traumatic injuries of teeth are commonly classified using Ali's classification. Now, I will explain each class with the help of a diagram. So, class 1 is simple fracture of a crown involving enamel. So, in this diagram, you can see that only the vital layer of enamel is broken. This vital layer of enamel is broken, and the red central part, that is pulp. This is a pulp, and yellow dentine are not involved. So key point for exam is there is no dentine exposure, no pulp involvement, usually painless. Now class 2nd is enamel and dentine fracture, that is extensive fracture of the crown involving enamel and dentine. Here the fractures goes deeper. You can see a black or a dark area which represent exposed dentine, but the red pulp is still covered. So here key point is dentine exposure is present, pulp is not exposed, so patient may feel sensitivity. Now class 3rd is enamel, dentine and pulp. So class 3rd, that is extensive fracture of the crown involving enamel, dentine and pulp. So in this diagram the red pulp is clearly visible, which means pulp exposure. So in exam point here is pain is present, risk of pulp infection and immediate treatment required. Now class 4th is non-vital tooth, that is the tooth become non-vital with or without loss of crown. So here the diagram show a dark pulp space indicating loss of vitality. So here the key point is tooth may look intact, pulp is dead and RCT usually needed. Now class 5th is tooth loss, that is due to trauma. So you can see missing tooth space in the picture. So you can see missing tooth space in the picture. So here key point is avulsion and emergency management is important. Now class 6th is root fracture. So fracture of the root with or without loss of crown structure. So the fracture line is seen inside the root portion of the tooth. So this is a fracture line which is seen in the root portion of the tooth. So here exam point is seen clearly on radiograph and mobility may be present. Now class 7th is tooth displacement. So displacement of the tooth without crown or root fracture. So the tooth is shifted from its normal position but crown and root are intact. So here key point is luxation injury and position change without fracture. Now class 8th is crown mass fracture, that is the fracture of the crown masses which is commonly seen in restored teeth. So only the crown portion is fractured and root is normal. Now class 9th is deciduous tooth fracture. It is refers to the fracture of the deciduous teeth, that is primary. The diagram show a primary tooth affected by the trauma, that is seen in children. So careful management required to protect the permanent tooth. Now the treatment of the enamel fracture, which is class 1. So the diagram show only enamel is lost, no dentine or pulp exposure. So clinical features is visually enamel loss, no tenderness on percussion, there is normal mobility and pulse sensitivity test is normal. So radiographic finding is radiographically enamel loss is viable, means 3 x-rays required, that is periapical, occlusal and eccentric view to rule out the luxation injuries or the root fractures. Now the treatment. So treatment include smoothing of the rough edges, that is the chip enamel might take the tooth rough and may be an aesthetic problem to the patient. So treatment involves smoothing of the rough margins to prevent laceration of the soft tissue. And in more extensive enamel fractures, recontouring the rough margins followed by the aesthetic composite restoration will be necessary. So composite restoration if needed. So if the fracture fragment is available, so it can be repositioned and bonded to the tooth. Okay, so it can be reattached by the bonding. Now the enamel dentine fracture without the pulp exposure. So here the diagram show a dentine exposure, that is black area, but still pulp is still protected. So the clinical features are there is no pain on percussion, there is normal mobility and normal mobility is observed and pulse sensitivity test is usually positive. So radiographic finding is X-ray show loss of enamel and dentine. So radiograph is advises that we will recommended periapical occlusal and eccentric exposure. Also radiograph of lip or cheek to check for the broken fragments. So radiograph of lip or cheek laceration suggested to search for the tooth fragment or foreign materials. Now the treatment include composite resin restoration, means in an uncomplicated fracture of the crown without pulp exposure, a remaining dental thickness is 2 mm is sufficient to shield the pulp and ensure a good prognosis. So the inflammatory response in the form of pain on percussion is usually transient as long as the vascular supply to the pulp remain intact. So composite resin restoration is a preferred restorative procedure in such cases. Now in certain cases the fracture segments can be approximated and bonded back with the help of a dentine bonding agent and composite resin, and the use of indirect veneer procedure is at later date in another approach to improve the aesthetics. So in treatment include composite resin restoration, minimum 2 mm dentine thickness protects the pulp, fragment bonding if possible, and veneers later for aesthetics. So this was the traumatic injuries of tooth explained with diagram and exam key point. If you found this video helpful, like, share and subscribe to my channel Exam Key Point Dentistry. Thank you.